So here the yogis are making great effort in the Satipatthana meditation according to the Satipatthana Sutra, so that they can be liberated out of the cycle of suffering. So in their course of the practice, the yogis, we all of us need the assistance, spiritual assistance, or the supportive conditions, so that we can develop the mindfulness smoothly and comfortably. So then Sayadaw would like to expound the Anuggahita Sutta from Anuggahita Nikaya, with the purpose to help yogi to overcome the difficulty and hardship which are on their way to the development of mindfulness. So according to this sutra, meditator may sometimes encourage or encounter the difficulty and hardship in their practice. They may not make progress in their practice. So to help yogis, meditators, to overcome hardship and difficulties, so here are the supportive conditions the Buddha expounded. In the beginnings of the holy order, Buddha's dispensation, Sila is the most important to be fulfilled. So Sila is the beginning of the holy order of Buddha's dispensation. So based on Sila, morality, we have to develop concentration. Then concentration will lead us to the spiritual accomplishment, the culmination of the Vipassana insight. Here, how to develop Vipassana insight or Vipassana samadhi. First of all, we have to overcome mental defilements or mental hindrances. So there are benefits we can gain from overcoming from mental hindrances, and then there are also insight, Vipassana insight, and benefit available from freedom from mental hindrances. So in this sutra, the Buddha describes 5 supportive conditions for the progressive Vipassana insight. Here at this meditation center, the meditators are making great effort in the practice and then developing Vipassana insight called Vipassana samadhi. To protect Vipassana insight, the virtues or morality is the first things we all have to fulfill. When we practice meditation, especially the development of the mindfulness, continuous mindfulness, we need the certain amount of the concentration called Sayadaw Vimukti, the liberation of the mental hindrances, referring to the strong concentration. Based on the concentration, we can develop the higher Vipassana insight and Magga-phala enlightenment called Panya Vimukti, liberation by means of the Panya wisdom. So the basic foundation for concentration and wisdom is of course Sila, morality. Based on Sila, we need to learn the Buddha's teaching. So learning Buddha's teaching or correct methods is called Sutta Anuggahita, the supportive condition for the smooth and comfortable development of Vipassana insight. So according to this factor, we are highly recommended to learn the correct teaching of the Buddha, like the listening to the Dhamma, reading Dhamma book, discussing with the skilled teacher, and so on. So the first is value for us to fulfill, and then the second supportive condition is learning the Dhamma with the teacher or by reading. That's called Sutta Anuggahita. And the third supportive condition is Sakacca Anuggahita, discussion. When we encounter difficulties or confusion, we need to discuss with the skilled teacher. So that discussion is called Sakacca. So our practice should be supported with the discussion. It is third supportive factor. So by discussion, we can overcome our doubt and confusion regarding method and practice. And then, even then, we may not make progress in the practice. We may still find difficulty and hardship, or the restlessness of mind, or the instabilities of the mind. In such case, samatha practice is highly recommended by the Buddha. Samatha practice means the development of the concentration according to the samatha method. This samatha practice is very helpful to keep our mind tranquil and peaceful. So in this way, our Vipassana practice should be supported by means of the samatha meditation. So the fifth, the supportive condition is the Vipassana Anuggahita. We should put great effort in the development of mindfulness so that we can see the psychophysical phenomena clearly and distinctively. So in this way, our Vipassana practice can lead straight to the progressive Vipassana insights and enlightenment. So the Vipassana, the development of the continuous mindfulness, is the best supportive condition for the progressive insight and enlightenment. So we have to make great effort to develop stronger, more continuous mindfulness. So in this regard, we need to learn the proper method, how to develop the continuous mindfulness and progressive Vipassana insight according to the Buddha teaching, according to the commentary. Because in some cases, we need the commentary explanation. So here the commentary describe how to develop Vipassana, progressive Vipassana insight, by overcoming difficulties and hardship with the analogies. Here the analogy or simile of the farmer who grows or who plants the mango seed. So suppose, for example, someone plants the mango tree. So first of all, he puts good quality seed in the ground, and then he put the fence around the seedling or the mango seedling. And then secondly, he need to water regularly, and then thirdly, he need to clean the weeds around the seedling. because if there is weeds, and then tree or seedling cannot grow very well. So it's also important to clean the water weeds around the seedling. And then number 4 is to remove the insects. The insects sometimes protect the trees and kill the trees and destroying the branches and the leaf. So it's also important to remove the insects and the bugs from the seedling. And then number 5 is need to remove the or clear the spider web. If there is spider web around the tree branches, the tree cannot grow very well. So if the seedling got webbed by the spider, and then he get rid of the spider web, so that the tree or seedling grow very well. So in this way, the seedling is well nurtured and grow very well. So in this simile, the Vipassana insight called Vipassana Samadhi is compared to the development of the mindfulness. Here, yogi developing mindfulness continuously, focusing on the primary object, rising, falling, or the abdomen, and any other physical activities like the going, standing, sitting, lying down, whatever physical position we are in, we should be mindful continuously. So in this way, we see the psychophysical phenomena arising and passing away. That's what is called samadhi, the Vipassana samadhi or Vipassana insight. That's the seed, the Vipassana seed. So to grow Vipassana seed very well, we need to put fence around it. That means we need to keep our moral precepts. So only when we keep fence or put fence around the seedling is safe from the hindrances, from the danger or the cutter or corn and something like this. So in the same way, the Vipassana insight, Vipassana Samadhi should be protective with the sila, morality, moral precepts. For nuns and monks, they have particular kind of monastic rule and regulations called Chatupari Sodi Sila. They have to fulfill this kind of sila, monastic silas. And for lay people, we have the 5 precepts, 8 precepts. So we must undertake these precepts. So in this way, we can protect or we can nurture the Vipassana Samadhi, Vipassana insight we have developed. So this monastic rule and regulation, or for lay people 5 or 8 precepts, are called the Patimokkha Samvara, Sila. And then second kind of Sila, virtue or morality, is the Indriya Samvara, the sense restraint. We should practice restraint on our senses, or we should develop control on our senses. Here we meditate mindful all the time, going or standing, sitting, or anytime, anywhere. So we are developing mindfulness. We slow down our activities, standing, sitting, bending, stretching, and so on. Whatever activity we do them slowly and mindfully. That's how we restoring our senses, or how we keep our senses under control. So this is also very important foundation for the progressive Vipassana insight. And then the morality, that kind of morality or virtue is contemplation on the correct purpose or the requisites, like food and food, etc. Here in the holy order, the food or the lodging are generously donated by generous donor. So we should not make use of those things mindlessly. We should make use of them mindfully. Otherwise, there is a kind of the offense if we make use of the things belonging to the sasana and a holy order. So whenever we use the requisites like the food or the lodging, we should use them mindfully. That's what is called the Pajjaya Sannisita Sila, the virtue related to the requisites. And the fourth kind of morality or virtue is Ajiva Parisuddhi Sila, the pure livelihood. So we need to have the pure livelihood so that we can develop the Vipassana insight successfully. So in this way, there are the four kinds of Sila, morality for us to fulfill as the supported condition for the successful development of concentration and mindfulness. So only when we meet this requirement, the development of concentration will take place smoothly. Without morality or Sila, it would be very, very difficult to develop concentration. So the Sila, morality, is compared to a fence made around a seedling. So when we nurture the seedling or the mango, it is necessary to water regularly. So in the same way, to nurture our Vipassana insight, we need to we need to learn the correct method and correct teaching, like the watering seedling, so that we know how to protect our continuous mindfulness without a lot of wandering minds. We need to learn how to develop continuous mindfulness without difficulties. So when we listen to the Dhamma talk like this, we should pay full attention to the Dhamma talk so that we can learn the correct method properly. And at least we develop the recollection of the Buddha teaching, Dhamma Nusati. And so the teachers also should give Dhamma talk as required for the yogis' need. Only then the yogis, meditator can develop mindfulness successfully. So our Vipassana insight should be nurtured by learning or listening Dhamma talk. So the supported condition for Vipassana development is compared to the cleaning or removal of the weed. A seedling may be destroyed by the creeper and the weeds. So to grow the seedling very well, the farmer should get rid of the creeper and the weeds around the seedling. So in the same way, meditators sometimes have the problem with the practice, and sometimes they may have the doubt and skepticism and wavering, confusion. They may likely to make a mistake in the practice, so they need to have a good discussion with the teacher so that they can correct their mistakes and they can practice successfully and comfortably. So this is the third supportive condition for progressive insight. So like the seedling, which is nurtured and protected by removing the insects and bugs. So in the same way, meditator, sometimes their practice is distracted and they may feel disappointed and frustrated when they think they could not make progress, faster progress in the practice. Then they may feel mentally and physically distressed, and then they may have the physical problem. And in such cases, the samatha practices are highly recommended. There are 40 kinds of the samatha meditation, the tranquility meditations. Out of these meditations, whatever samatha meditation is helpful and conducive, we should develop as a supportive condition for progressive vipassana insight. So here, insects in vipassana insight refer to the especially mental defilements like the frustration and disappointment and so on. And also expectation is a kind of the insect and the obstacle to the practice. When the mind becomes restless and agitated, and we should be careful to overcome that kind of the mental hindrances. For example, when we have aversion or frustration, we need to develop the loving kindness, metta. And if we have a lot of lustful feeling, we need to develop the certain kinds of meditation like the contemplation or the repulsiveness of the body, asubha bhavana, and so on. And if our mind is cloudy, not clear, there is delusion and ignorance, then we are encouraged to develop the anapana, the contemplation or the in and out breath. So in this way, developing mental tranquility, samatha, like the metta and the recollection of the Buddha, we can overcome the hindrances like the insects. In this way, the vipassana seedling can grow very well. So then the fifth supportive condition for progressive vipassana insight is to make the practice the mature and stronger. It is like a cleaning or the removing the spider web from the seedling. When the vipassana insight is very fragile and not mature yet and very weak, then there is a lot of distraction. So we have to make great effort to develop the higher vipassana insight by observing, by focusing 6 sense doors. So this means we have to be mindful of the senses, seeing, hearing, smelling, and so on. By observing the psychophysical phenomena that are manifest in the senses or come into the sixth sense door, we should make the progressive vipassana insight stronger and stronger. That is called the Balava Vipassana, strong Vipassana, or the more continuous mindfulness. So here, to develop the stronger and mature Vipassana insight, there are 7 recollections mentioned in the commentaries and expounded by the sub-commentary. So for a Vipassana meditator, so we have 3 kinds of unwholesome roots or the mental defilements: Tanha, attachment; Mana, conceit; and deity, wrong view or illusion. So unless we develop continuous mindfulness, and we cannot see psychophysical phenomena and their changes. And then there are mental defilements that will lie in dormant in our heart. Mainly these 3 unwholesome mental state: attachment, conceit, and wrong view. So we need to cut these 3 the roots, unwholesome roots. So when we are wealthy or educated and youthful, we are normally very conceited and arrogant. This is called conceit and mana. Firstly, we have the attachment, and secondly, we have mana and conceit. That's the second root. Unless we see the psychophysical phenomena beyond concept, and we always under illusion that I am everlasting, my mind and body are arising on my own accord. So that's an illusion or wrong view. When we are mindful, our own mind and body, we can see psychophysical phenomena changing and arising and passing away. And then we realize the impermanence. When we realize impermanence in our own mind and body, then we realize the outer world, the whole universe, all psychophysical phenomena arising and passing away. Then we can overcome ego or illusion or mana, conceit. There will be no or little room for our ego to grow bigger. And unless we see the real psychophysical phenomena and arising and passing away, there will be always illusion and a wrong view. We think we are everlasting and everything around also everlasting. So actually everything is impermanent, but we take them all as something permanent. That's a wrong view. And there is no everlasting I, but we think we are someone everlasting. And we are doing things on our own accord. And that kind of view is called wrong view. Actually, everything, our phenomena, mind and body, mind and matter, are changing all the time and decaying all the time. Only when we see their true nature and characteristic and their impermanence, we can reduce or minimize attachment, conceit, and wrong view to absolute minimum. So the insight into the impermanence is very important. The factors to overcome the hindrances. It is like a remover of the insects. And then when we see psychophysical phenomena arising, passing away, we won't find anything pleasant, pleasurable, or desirable. And then we see all phenomena as something oppressing and depressing. That's what we call the dukkha nupassana, insight into the depressing or the oppressing nature of the psychophysical phenomena. And then that's called dukkha nupassana. And then number 3 is anatta nupassana, the observation or the contemplation of the non-self. So the moment we see psychophysical phenomena arising and then passing away, then there will be no or little room for ego illusion, or there is I everlasting, because everything is changing moment by moment. Nothing is lasting. Things are right on their own accord, according to the condition, not according to our way or our wish. In this way, we develop the insight into non-self, anatta nupassana. So the 4th contemplation is called nibbida nupassana. This insight into disenchantment of the psychophysical phenomena. So when we observe our own mind and body continuously, we can see psychophysical phenomena arising and passing away every moment. So then we don't find anything desirable, and we will become fed up with the psychophysical phenomena. That is disenchantment, called nibbida nupassana, insight into disenchantment nature or the psychophysical phenomena. And then number 5 contemplation is vidaga nupassana. So by observing psychophysical phenomena continuously, we can see their impermanence, and then there will be no room for the attachment or the lust. So that is called the vidaga nupassana, the contemplation of the nature of the psychophysical phenomena from undesirable aspect. And number 6 is the nirodha nupassana. This means the insight into the impermanence or cessation of the psychophysical phenomena. So when we observe our own mind and body continuously, we can see phenomena changing, arising and passing away every moment. Then there will be no room for attachment and wrong view or conceit. In this way, there will come the cessation of the mental defilements. That's called the nirodha nupassana. And then number 7 is the contemplation of the reflection. So when we overcome the mental defilements, especially attachment, the conceit, and wrong view, the mind becomes clear and tranquil. And then when we reflect the freedom from the mental defilements, and we repeatedly get rid of the attachment and the mental defilements. So in this way, we can experience the ultimate peacefulness or nibbana, megaphala, enlightenment. So there are altogether 7 kinds of the contemplation, so which are supported conditions, like a removal of the insect from a seedling. So through these 7 contemplations, we can overcome all sort of difficulty and problem on the way to the enlightenment. So this is what the commentary and the sub-commentary explained. So according to the Anuggahita Sutta, the supportive conditions for Vipassana insights, if yogis have any difficulties and hardship on their way to the ultimate peacefulness or Nibbana, so we should take the supportive condition or the sila and the morality, and as Sayadaw wish, you may be able to fulfill the sila morality to overcome difficulties. And from time to time, by listening to the Dhamma talk, by learning the Buddha's teaching with a skilled teacher, and may you be able to overcome the difficulties and hardship. And then by discussing with the teacher, may you be able to overcome confusion and doubts, and practice smoothly and successfully. And when you have the unstable mind, restlessness of mind, and frustration, may you be able to develop the tranquility meditation, samatha, and then may you be able to develop the higher vipassana insight to overcome all sort of difficulties and to experience ultimate peacefulness or Nibbana. So in conclusion, Sayadaw wish, may you be able to practice meditation successfully according to the Anuggahita Sutta. That's all for today.